Tirth Raj Parsanas is not your typical theological text. It's a bold and audacious work that dares to tread where few have ventured before. It's a daring exploration of one of religion's most controversial figures, Lucifer. This isn't just a book. It's a journey into the depths of a character often shrouded in mystery and fear. Parsana doesn't shy away from challenging long-held beliefs. He dives headfirst into the murky waters of theological debate, unafraid of the waves he might stir. He dissects the traditional narrative of Lucifer as the embodiment of evil. With meticulous research and a keen eye for detail, Parsana peels back the layers of centuries-old dogma. Instead, he paints a portrait of a complex being driven by his own sense of justice and free will. Lucifer, in Parsana's hands, becomes a figure of tragic grandeur, a rebel with a cause that defies simplistic categorization. This book is a journey into the heart of a theological enigma. It's not just about Lucifer, it's about the very nature of good and evil, and how we define these concepts. It prompts us to question everything we thought we knew about good and evil. Are these concepts as black and white as we've been led to believe, or is there a spectrum of grey that we've overlooked? Parsana's exploration of Lucifer's motivations is both thought-provoking and deeply unsettling. He delves into the psyche of a being who defied the ultimate authority, not out of malice, but out of a profound sense of justice and autonomy. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the nature of belief. What does it mean to be truly free? Can rebellion be a form of righteousness? The book is a powerful reminder that history is written by the victors. The story of Lucifer, as told by Parsana, is a stark example of how narratives can be shaped by those in power. It challenges us to look beyond the surface and consider alternative perspectives. What if the story we've been told is only one side of the coin? It's a call for empathy and understanding. Even for those we perceive as monsters, it asks us to step into the shoes of the so-called villain and see the world through their eyes. Ultimately, it's a testament to the power of storytelling to challenge our assumptions and ignite our imagination. Stories have the power to reshape our understanding of the world and our place in it. It leaves us with more questions than answers, which is perhaps the point. In the end, Parsana's work is not about providing definitive answers, but about opening the door to deeper inquiry and reflection. Lucifer. The name alone evokes images of darkness, rebellion, and eternal damnation. For centuries, he has been painted as the ultimate villain, the embodiment of all that is evil. But what if this portrayal is nothing more than a carefully constructed narrative? Parsana's book challenges us to look beyond the traditional, often cartoonish depiction of Lucifer. He strips away the horns, the pitchfork, and the fiery abyss. What remains is a being of immense power and intellect, driven by his own internal compass. Parsana argues that Lucifer's rebellion was not an act of senseless malice. Instead, it was a conscious decision born out of a desire for freedom and autonomy. Lucifer, in Parsana's view, refused to blindly follow dictates, even those from a divine source. This act of defiance, while portrayed as evil, can be interpreted as a testament to the power of individual thought and the importance of questioning authority. Dares to ask, what if the true enemy isn't the rebel, but the system that seeks to silence dissent? To understand Lucifer's rebellion, we must first understand his origins. The story of Lucifer is one that has fascinated humanity for centuries, a tale woven with threads of light and darkness, of divinity and downfall. Parsana delves into Lucifer's past, a time before the fall from grace, when he was known as Samael, the Lightbringer. This name, Samael, carries with it a sense of purity and brilliance, a stark contrast to the dark figure he would later become. He was the most radiant of all angels, beloved by God and revered by his brethren. His light was said to be unmatched, a beacon of hope and inspiration to all who beheld him. In the celestial hierarchy, he stood at the pinnacle, a testament to the divine favor he enjoyed. This depiction of Lucifer's past is crucial to understanding the tragedy at the heart of his story. It is a reminder that even the brightest stars can fall, and that greatness often carries with it the seeds of its own destruction. It highlights the magnitude of his fall and the depth of his transformation. From the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, Lucifer's journey is one of profound change, a metamorphosis that speaks to the complexities of the soul. It also raises questions about the nature of good and evil. What does it mean to be good? What does it mean to be evil? Are these concepts as black and white as we often believe, or is there a spectrum, a range of possibilities that we must consider? Can a being truly be inherently evil if they were once the epitome of light and goodness? This question challenges us to rethink our understanding of morality and the potential for change within each of us. Parsana suggests that Lucifer's fall was not a sudden, cataclysmic event, but rather a gradual descent fueled by a growing sense of disillusionment and discontent. This perspective invites us to consider the slow erosion of faith and the incremental steps that lead to a complete transformation. The seeds of rebellion, he argues, were sown long before the confrontation in the Garden of Eden. These seeds, small and seemingly insignificant at first, grew over time, nurtured by doubt and dissatisfaction. This nuanced portrayal challenges the binary view of good and evil that often dominates religious discourse. It suggests that the line between the two is not always clear-cut, and that understanding the motivations and struggles of individuals can lead to a more compassionate and comprehensive view of their actions. It suggests that even the most righteous can be corrupted, and that even the most fallen may have once possessed a spark of divinity. This duality is at the heart of Lucifer's story, a reminder that within each of us lies the potential for both great good and great evil, and that our choices shape the path we ultimately follow. What drove Lucifer to rebel against his creator? This question has puzzled theologians, scholars, and curious minds for centuries. The traditional narrative often points to pride as the primary catalyst for Lucifer's fall from grace. Was it pride, as the traditional narrative suggests? Or could there be deeper, more intricate reasons behind his rebellion? Or was there something more nuanced at play? Could it be that Lucifer's motivations were not as black and white as we've been led to believe? Parsana argues that Lucifer's rebellion was fueled by a complex interplay of factors: a thirst for knowledge, a yearning for freedom, and a deep-seated sense of justice. These elements combine to create a perfect storm of defiance. Lucifer, according to Parsana, was deeply troubled by God's creation of humanity. He saw this new creation as inherently flawed, prone to violence, greed, and corruption. He saw humans as flawed, prone to violence and corruption. This perception of humanity's imperfections only deepened his sense of disillusionment. He questioned why God would favor these imperfect beings over his angels, who had served him faithfully for eons. This favoritism seemed inexplicable and unjust to Lucifer. This resentment was compounded by God's command for the angels to bow down to humanity. To Lucifer, this command was not just a simple order, it was a profound insult. Lucifer saw this as an affront to his dignity and a betrayal of his loyalty. He felt that his unwavering devotion and service were being disregarded and disrespected. He believed that true love and devotion should be earned, not demanded. This belief was at the core of his rebellion. Parsana's exploration of Lucifer's motivations is both compelling and unsettling. It challenges us to rethink the simplistic narratives we've been told and to consider the complexities of loyalty, justice, and rebellion. It forces us to confront the idea that even the most righteous among us can be driven to acts of defiance when we feel our values are being compromised. This nuanced perspective on Lucifer's motivations invites us to reflect on our own principles and the lengths we might go to defend them. In the end, Parsana's work serves as a reminder that the line between good and evil is often blurred, and that understanding the motivations behind actions can lead to a deeper, more empathetic view of even the most vilified figures in history. As we delve into these ancient texts and stories, we are reminded that the quest for knowledge and understanding is a timeless journey, one that continues to shape our perceptions and beliefs. So what truly drove Lucifer to rebel? Perhaps the answer lies not in a single reason, but in a tapestry of motivations that reflect the complexities of the human and angelic condition. As we ponder these questions, we are invited to look within ourselves and consider the forces that drive our own actions and beliefs.